Good afternoon, family. Thanks for checking out today's video. If you're new here, my name is Jonathan, and I created this channel as a way to record my progress as I work towards my goal of losing 300 pounds. If you'd like to join the family, hit that subscribe button down below. Also, make sure you click on the bell icon so you get alerted when I go live or post new videos. If you'd like to participate on the discussion, you can join me most weekdays where I go live on YouTube, or outside of YouTube, you can consider joining the Facebook group or the Discord that I've created. There are links to those down in the description below. Also down in the description below is a link to a Pinterest board. That is a great place for you guys to find out the different meals and recipes that I have been enjoying while I've been losing my weight. Today is day 1040 of my challenge to lose 300 pounds. So far, through a combination of extended water fasting and a whole food, plant-based, salt, oil, sugar-free diet, I have been able to lose 270 pounds. If anybody has any non-scale victories they'd like to share, I'd love to hear your non-scale victories. If you have any on-scale victories, I like hearing those as well. If you are succeeding with your diet, let us know what you're doing to succeed. Share that with the rest of us. If you're struggling, let us know what's causing your struggles. Maybe there's something we can help you out with. And at the end of the day, what are some things that you are doing or that you can do that will make staying on your diet easier than the alternative? Going to switch over here to the main screen. Hello, everyone. I hope you had a wonderful day. I have been super busy with work and family and everything, so I haven't felt like I had been busy. We did end up going to bed a little early last night, which was nice. Caught up on a little bit of sleep, but yeah, it's been great. Yesterday, kind of relaxed around the house, did a couple things around the swimming pool. It's getting to be about that time to close it up for the year. Maybe if we can get in there one more time, it'd be nice, but just a little bit of work around and just getting some things done around the house. A few people checking in here. Karen and Matt, hello. Pretty Girl's mom and Janet are here as well. Hope you guys are doing wonderful today. Yeah, like I said, we've been real busy. Janet here says, I missed what's happening with the weigh-in. Well, Janet, I am not weighing in until the end, or until the 3-year mark. Something I talked about it a little bit last week. The weighing in has provided an incredible amount of accountability for me, and it's kept me going, and it keeps me on track. But here for these last couple months of this challenge, I'm going to remove that accountability, because at the end of this, I don't know what's going to happen, but I know that there's a chance that this platform or things like that, it may not last forever. And that's something that I wanted to avoid when I started this challenge, was relying on things that aren't there forever. And so what I'm getting at is, like, when I lost weight in the past, a couple times I took medication. One time, long time ago, it was with ephedra. 10 years ago, it was with phentermine, and I lost a ton of weight while taking those drugs. But the only reason why I lost weight was because of those drugs. Other times that I've lost weight, it's been because I've gone to the gym a bunch. I go to the gym 4, 5, 6, 7 times a week trying to lose weight. And it was great while I was at the gym, but something happens, schedules change, you get injured, and then you don't end up having the same schedule, or you aren't you don't end up, you fall off the gym wagon, I guess. And, it's, it's something where I feel like those things are crutches that we use to help us lose weight. And my goal with this challenge was to lose the weight through diet, not having to go to the gym and exercise a ton. I am more active, so I do get more exercise than I used to get, but it's not like I have to have a gym membership to lose weight. I have to have, a pill to lose weight. I need a gadget to lose weight. And I kind of realized that I had removed all of those things that I would say are crutches, but one of the things that's still there is this YouTube channel. And I want to keep doing this YouTube channel forever, but I don't know that that's going to happen forever. And so, I'm trying to hold myself accountable. Having that weekly accountability really helped me throughout the past 3 years. And I think it's great, but I want to try to lose the weight without focusing on that accountability, or without that being part of it. It's kind of a weird thing, but also I kind of want to do, maybe a bigger reveal at the end, like, if I show that I'm 2 pounds away, it won't be as surprising, I don't know. There's a few things, but the big thing was the accountability. I still get on here and I still do the live streams and I still talk about dieting and losing weight, but I'm not going to talk so much about my weight for the last 2 months here. And I'm also not really showing like what I'm eating, because that was part of my accountability, was showing you guys everything I ate. So then I was accountable. So yeah, that's just something where this last 2 months of this challenge, I'm just trying to remove that to see if I can do this without the accountability, without that weekly accountability. And so far it's going great. And I'm looking forward to, what is it, 55 days from now and getting on the scale. So less than 2 months. So, yeah, so that's kind of what's going on with the weigh-ins. I'm not going to be doing the Wednesday weigh-ins. For now, we'll see. Let's see. Karen here says, makes sense. Great way to look at it. Pretty Girl's mom says, less focus on eating weight with everyone. I'm not exactly sure what you're saying there, Pretty Girl's mom. And Tennis and Yoga Girl here checking in. Hello, Tennis and Yoga Girl. Yeah. So that's why there's no weigh-in Wednesday. And there's not going to be a weigh-in Wednesday until at least after November 1st. I may bring it back after November 1st. We'll see how it goes for the next 55 days. But right now, that's where I'm at with that. And it's something where it's been nice because I haven't had that stress of the Wednesday weigh-in, but also it does make me have to, it makes me have to do it without that accountability, because and I noticed it right away, is that when I didn't have that weigh-in next Wednesday, my mind would be like, oh, well, then I got a ton of time before I have to lose the weight. And I need to get away from that mindset, because the idea of, oh, I can just get the weight off down the line has been my problem for the last 40 years. I've always been putting off the weight loss, so it's good. And I'm happy, and I've been great with sticking to the diet and eating whole food, plant-based, salt, oil, sugar-free, and it's really awesome. Janet here says, I miss it, and I miss your food pics. Yes. And at this point, I'm planning on bringing them back, but I it's a weird time, because when I started this, I didn't know how it would go. And even though I set myself to have a 3-year challenge, I never knew, or I couldn't have predicted being where I'm at right now. And I you know, I set a 3-year goal and was like, it'd be great to hit that 3-year goal. I never knew if I would even come close. And so I hadn't planned on what I would do when I got this close. Everything I've been doing has really kind of been by the seat of my pants or off the cuff. Like, I've been allowing this process and challenge to push me whatever direction it pushes me, and going with it, kind of. And so when I started, I was like, I'm going to do this for 3 years. I'm going to have kind of this video capture vlog of my 3-year experience. And that's all I committed to on day one, was 3 years. And now that I'm sitting here 2 months away from the end, I'm like, well, I'm definitely going to keep doing this YouTube thing for longer, but I still need to complete the challenge that I set out, and I need to try to develop something that maybe somebody else could replicate. Like, that was my goal, is to get on here, to do this, and to lose the weight, and to inspire other people to lose weight, or maybe find the path that somebody else can take. Finding another, just being a good example, being an inspiration to people. And so many times I went down the wrong path and hit a dead end and had to come back. And this time I'm going down that path, and when I hit a dead end, I'm pushing through, or I'm finding there's got to be another route. I'm not going back to what I was doing before. Janet here says, did you get back to 248? It's just so inspiring to take the journey with you and see how much you've grown and opened up. See, that's the thing, Janet. I'm not going to tell you. I don't know. Maybe I'm already 220 pounds, or maybe I'm 320 pounds right now. That's part of the accountability. If I tell you right now, then it removes that. It throws that accountability back in. So I'm not going to tell you. Sorry. And Karen here says it can be a slippery slope. Yes, that's what my worry was, and if 55 days from now, I decide to say I'm done, I'm not going to do any more YouTube, or I'm just going to do monthly updates or yearly updates or something else. I want to be confident, and I want to show people within that 3 years that after I got done, that I was going to succeed. That I did everything I needed to do to set myself up to succeed for the rest of my life. And so this last 2 months, it's like I said, it wasn't planned to do it this way, but I'm excited to do it this way, because I'm not, because I feel like it's more on me. It's more on me to motivate myself to eat right every day. It's easy to push off being healthy when your next weigh-in is 60 days from now versus your next weigh-in being 6 days from now. And that is something where I did struggle at first, because it's been a few weeks since I have weighed in, and that accountability was difficult. It was hard to remove those things I was, the processed foods I was eating, because I had that mindset on day, whatever, it would have been a few weeks ago now, so I don't even know what day it was. But when I first decided to do this, I had to fight myself. I had to be like, no, you need to stick to the diet, because if you don't, it's going to, I'm an awful procrastinator. Like, I procrastinate so much. And I'm sure many of you are like that. And in the past, in what I've had to fight is that, I'll just do it all in the last 10 days. I'll do it all in the last 20 days. I'll reset, 3 weeks out, and I'll get it taken care of. And, that just would have allowed me 40 days of screwing up. And that's not what I want to do. Let's see. Carrie's checking in. Hey, Carrie, hope everything's going great at home today. I hope you're not worn out from your workout. I'm going to talk about that in a little bit. Just about that show. Let's see here. Cindy says, after the 3 years is completed, it would be inspirational to see how you maintain the loss. Yes. And I intend at this point, day 1040, I intend to keep doing this, keep going live, keep doing these videos. But it also, throughout the 3 years, I've held off on being pushier because I feel like I haven't completed anything. I see lots of people doing videos where they lost 100 pounds and they're talking about how it's the greatest thing ever. And I see myself 10 years ago of doing the same thing. If YouTube would have been what it is, and 10 years ago like it is now, I could see myself after losing 115 pounds getting on YouTube and bragging about the weight loss and how it's amazing to lose the weight. And it's not, it's just a snapshot of that moment. And it, forgot where I was going with this. Yeah, I'm planning on continuing to do this. I don't feel like I've accomplished what I set out to accomplish, because I haven't. I haven't done 3 years and I haven't lost 300 pounds. And so I don't feel like I can get up and push people to do this. And I've struggled with that for the past 1,000 days, is really not feeling like I've done what I set out. And by not doing what I've set out to do, I can't push people to do it. I can't brag about it. I can't, because I've done diets for 5 months. I've done diets for 9 months and they never lasted. The goal for this is to last the rest of my life. And so, but my thought throughout this whole process has been that I'm going to do these live streams. I'm going to do these vlogs. And then at the end of 3 years, I may continue doing these live streams, but then I want to go back and go through my old content and kind of clean it up and do the story again, kind of, but edited and a little bit easier for people to digest. This is me sitting in front of a camera, rambling for an hour a day. There's some amazing people that watch my videos every day, and I appreciate that. But I know that there are even more people out there that are unwilling to sit through a 1 hour conversation that I have. And they just want the meat and potatoes. They just want the weigh-in Wednesdays. They just want the what I eat in a days. And they don't want to watch the live streams. I'm going to try to get those people interested in my channel. but I'm going to wait till after I'm done with the 3 years, till at least I get one of my challenges done. And so that's my goal. Pretty Girl's mom says, I think you just want to build up the suspense until November 1st. Absolutely. And Cindy's asking, is November 1st the grand reveal? I think it would be. Yeah. November 1st, October 31st. Yeah, one of those 2 days. And Cindy says November 1st is a Wednesday. It's perfect for the last weigh-in. Well, yes, the last weigh-in of this challenge. And regardless of whether or not I hit the 220 pounds, I am extremely happy with how things have gone. If I end up weighing in and I'm 229, I'm going to be happy with that. I may not have hit the 300 pounds, but I'm going to be happy with 229. If I weighed in and I was 248.8, I would probably still be happy because I'm 270 pounds away. Like that's like 2 adults, and it's over half of my body weight that I've gotten off of me. Like it's the idea of having to carry around 270 pounds more on my body is why I can't even imagine. Like I've tried to pick up heavy things, the 100-pound, 200-pound things, and been like, man, I can't believe how heavy that is. But 270, I was doing that every single day. I woke up and lifted 270 extra pounds, well, over 300 extra pounds, but 270 more pounds than I am now. I walk up the steps with 270 extra pounds. I get to my car with 270 extra pounds, sit at work, 270 extra pounds. And I live day after day, and I can't believe I was able to do it. Like it's tough to be 520 pounds. It's way tougher to be 520 pounds than it is 250. And I'm happy that I have so much more energy. I'm able to do so much more, and I'm just getting so much more out of life because I've lost the weight. Carrie says that we're both procrastinators. It is bad. Yes. I mean, I procrastinated myself up to 520 pounds. Absolutely. All the way up to 520 pounds. In my mind, I was always like, well, I've lost 100 pounds in the past. I've lost 80 pounds in the past. I've lost 60. I've lost whatever. I've done big weight. I can lose weight. I've done it in the past, so I'll just do it later. And then I get on the scale and see I'm 500 pounds, and I'm like, well, I don't know how much more time I got. I don't know how much more, until later disappears. So I had to do something. So I started this challenge. Matt here says he's getting 20 pounds off by the end of the year. It's really doable. Absolutely. You will be half of yourself. That is amazing. Yes. Kind of like my favorite YouTuber who's lost half of himself. Well, thank you so much, Matt. I appreciate it. And yes, it's very doable, and it doesn't have to be quick. Like if I wanted to lose 20 pounds in 2 weeks, I could. Like I don't know. I know there's ways to lose weight faster than I lost weight. And I know there's things I could have done differently throughout this process to lose more weight. But it never benefited me losing weight fast. It never benefited me to think about, how quick can I get that 20 pounds off? Because anytime I did that, I would do these extreme restrictive diets and, eating barely nothing, and then finally getting to my goal weight or close to my goal weight. And then you just binge and you eat all of the crap that you're not supposed to eat. And I didn't want to do that when I started. I don't want to do that with the rest of my life. Like I've had experiences in my life where I've lost 20 pounds in a week, but it's doesn't generally pan out well for me. So that's awesome, Matt. And good luck with the 20 pounds and congrats on what you've done so far. And that's awesome. I'm excited to hear about you getting to your goal, or at least half of, I don't know if half of what you are is your goal, but getting to half of what you started. Cindy here says that she always says, why do today what you can put off for tomorrow? Yes, that's the procrastinator's mindset. Why worry about eating well today when I can just do it tomorrow? And yes, Carrie here says that she'd like to lose 10 pounds before she goes to Orlando in October. Absolutely. Very doable. And I think you're doing great so far. Karen here says your journey can be and is an inspiration. Don't sell yourself short. Yeah. And that's, again, I know it's me, like, and I put thumbnails out and talk about how much weight I've lost. It's, again, I talked about this not too long ago, and I think it's partly the fault of the Pleasure Trap book. And it's their whole seems to strategy. This diet seems to be working for me. And I embrace that. It's about me. It's about what's working for me. It's not about other influences or other people's opinions. And that seems to leaves room for doubt. And if instead of having that mindset, I had the mindset of this absolutely works, then, maybe I would have presented myself differently over the past 3 years, because now I'm transitioning to that. I no longer feel like this diet seems to work for me. This diet seems to work for a lot of people because they're in my chat talking to me here. And if it seems to work for enough people, maybe it certainly works for people. And I'm starting to believe that this diet will certainly work for anybody. There's no reason to avoid trying, at least. But if you try and you give it a real try, you'll see success. And that success will be based on your dedication and your willingness to stick to it. But you will succeed if you eat a whole food, plant-based, salt, oil, sugar-free diet. No doubt. I have no doubt in that anymore. And maybe it's taken me 1,040 days to say it in front of a camera, but if you eat a whole food, plant-based, salt, oil, sugar-free diet, you will lose weight and you will get to a healthy weight and you'll be able to maintain that healthy weight. So far I can only say for certain that you'll lose weight because I haven't done the other two things, but there's so many people I see out there that are doing it. I'm not the only one. I'm just one of the only ones recording my progress and putting it up on the internet daily. But there's a lot of people out there that are at their healthy weight because they've been eating a whole food, plant-based, salt, oil, sugar-free diet. And you can do it too. Yeah. If I can do it and a lot of these other people can do it, you can do it. Because I was as bad of an offender as anybody as far as eating a crappy diet. 520 pounds doesn't happen just because you eat fast food every now and then. 520 pounds happens because you eat fast food every single day and sometimes multiple times a day. And then you go to the gas station and you buy junk food and you buy, and then you go out to restaurants. 520 pounds takes a lot of work. It took a lot of work to get to that weight. And being away from that diet and away from that lifestyle is so amazing. And I feel awesome. And so, yes, um, yeah, I'm working on it, but yes, it will work. Eat this way, lose weight. Absolutely. And you get to eat so much food. Like it was, oh my God, I got food in the microwave. See, I eat so much food that I prepare food and I'm not even that hungry that I need to go eat it. Like any diet I did in the past, if I prepared food, it was eaten within moments of it being prepared because I was so hungry. But, I ate my breakfast at 10 or 11 o'clock and I'm satisfied. I'm still satisfied right now. But at about 3 o'clock, I threw my food in the microwave, hit the button to cook it, and it's still sitting in the microwave. So, um, yeah, and so I got to deal with that after I get done with the live stream. I don't know what I'm going to do. If I'm going to eat it or save it for tomorrow or what, but I'll figure it out because, I'm not too far away from dinner here. Let's see. Uh, let's see. Cindy here says, I don't want to miss the grand reveal. Please let us know the date when you decide. Well, it'll be November 1st. Yeah, I'm going to do something on November 1st. So that's going to be, um, that'll be the day. That'll be the day. Um, yeah, that'll be the day. Let's see here. Cindy here says, do you think your motivation to lose 300 pounds will be the same to keep the weight off? Yes. I think so. Because I'm not, again, I'm 55 days away and I haven't hit any goals or hit any, I haven't hit the 220, but, 300 is kind of the bottom end of my goal now. Like when I first started this, I was like, oh, I'm going to lose 300 pounds and that'll be, I'll be a healthy weight. I'll be skinny and all this stuff. But now I really have looked at the BMI charts and I look at my body composition and, I think that 200 pounds or sub 200 would be amazing. I really do. And if I can hit that point, I would love to. So at the end of the 3 years, regardless of hitting the 300 pounds or not, I'm going to continue to keep working. And that's something too, that, if at the end of 3 years, I don't hit the 300-pound mark, that may be something where I continue to do live streams until I hit the 300-pound mark. But after I lose 300 pounds, I want to lose more. Like I always held I'm big boned. I got big muscles. I'd never be able to get under 200 pounds. And now I'm kind of like, well, I don't need those big muscles for anything, like what am I showing, what would I need them for? And, yeah, I don't see why I couldn't get under 200 pounds. Like it's a BMI for somebody that's 6 foot tall is way less than that. Like, which is crazy, and it's crazy to me that I'm talking like this because that was not my mindset when I started. I was like, God, 220, I'd be amazing, and now I'm like 220 is not enough. I need to get to a much healthier weight or much lower weight. So yes, I think I'm going to still keep the motivation to keep it off. Like, and that'll be, I suppose the updates afterwards will be the keeping it off. But, I would like to leave people at the end of this 3 years with them confident that I was going to continue to succeed because, that's my goal is to do this the rest of my life. Karen here says about that pleasure trap. Reality tells me it's evil and I really get stuck. Add that to procrastination. Ugh. That's why I have to keep watching your channel. That's great, Karen. Yes, it's hard. It's hard, because you get stuck in that routine or you end up creating a new routine, I suppose, and then you have to get yourself out of it. But I believe that eating a large amount of a large volume of food helps with that, because you're not starving, or at least I'm not starving when I eat a large amount of food. Tamo here says that they lost 154 pounds in 7 months with water fasting. That is awesome, Tamo. Congratulations on your weight loss there. Keep it up. Karen here Carrie is asking if I put the Mega Veggie chili on your potatoes for lunch. I did. It's sitting in the microwave. So it was Mega Veggie chili and potatoes for lunch today instead of broccoli. And I guess I'll tell the broccoli story here. So, we have 2 refrigerators in our house. We have one upstairs that we use 99.999% of the time. And then we have one in the basement that is kind of like an overflow freezer, because we don't really use the refrigerator. We just kind of use the freezer part of it. And Carrie was down in the room that has that refrigerator the other day, or maybe today, and noticed that we had some broccoli, frozen broccoli, in the refrigerator. And so she was like, oh, I'll just grab this for us to eat at work. So there was like 3 or 4 bags in that freezer, and she brought them into work today, and I put one of them in the microwave. I cooked it, the normal time I cook it. And then I like to drain some of the extra juice out of it. And when I was draining the juice out of it, it was kind of brown. And I was kind of like, that's weird that the water is kind of brown. I opened it up and all of the broccoli was brown. So apparently at some point, the refrigerator in our basement, the freezer turned off, everything thawed, and then went bad and then refroze. And I don't know when it happened. I mean, unless, I just can't imagine it would go bad while frozen. It had to have thawed, gone bad, and then refroze. And it was one of the worst smelling things I've smelled in a long time. And so my broccoli lunch plan kind of got thrown out, and Carrie had brought the Mega Veggie chili. So instead of doing the broccoli, we did the Mega Veggie chili. But yes, I was very surprised to have a bag of rotten broccoli. First time I've seen that, and it's pretty awful. And Pretty Girl's mom says 200 in 2024. Yeah, that would be pretty awesome. I think that's doable. By the end of 2024, I could get to 200 pounds. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I think I'll be able to do that. I can keep it up. So let's see, what was I talking about prior to that? Pleasure trap, procrastination. Gosh, I don't know. I don't even know what I was talking about. Well, while I'm thinking, everybody make sure you go down and hit that like button on the video. How about we do that real quick? Hit that like button. Let's see, what else? Gosh, I totally I don't know. I got thrown off talking about my broccoli, and then it ruined the momentum I had going with everything else. I guess the other thing I was going to talk about here, and I'm curious, have any of you guys watched the Blue Zone documentary? I'm not even sure. It might be on Netflix. If I had to guess, I know it's on one of the streaming platforms, but me and Carrie started watching that a couple nights ago. We watched the first 2 episodes. I think the first episode, they focused on the Blue Zone in Okinawa. And then the second one, they were talking about the Blue Zones in Greece, and it starts with an S, right? I can't think of what it was. I thought anyways. But yes, has anybody else checked out those Blue Zone documentaries? Pretty Girl's mom's asked with the broccoli, did you check the other bags? Maybe it was just the one bag. So I didn't. So what made us think that it was all the other bags too was that because Carrie grabbed the broccoli. I cooked it. I was like, hey, there's something wrong with this broccoli. And she was like, oh, I thought the bags felt weird. She's like, the bags really felt like they were like frozen solid, like ice cubes. And that isn't usually how the broccoli is. And so all those bags were kind of frozen solid, like an ice cube. And so we just kind of assumed that they were bad. Because in order to check them, I would have had to open the bag, and then I can't microwave them then once I open the bag. And they're like $1 a bag, and they've been sitting in our refrigerator down in the basement for probably at least 6 months, if not longer. And so it wasn't like I'm out $3.50 throwing away the couple bags of broccoli. So it's not that big a deal. And Gene says, thank you. Forgot about that one. Is that the Blue Zone documentary? I'm not sure. And Carrie says it's really good. Yeah, I really like the documentary. I think it's done well. It doesn't push the diet stuff too much. I mean, it's definitely diet focused, but they're not saying, that everybody needs to run around being vegan or eating whole food plant-based, but they are showing that these people that have a larger percentage of their food coming in through plants and less protein or less food from animals, that they're living longer. And the other thing that in the first 2 episodes, I don't know how many episodes it is or how many there are total, or if it's all released or what, but in the 2 episodes that we watched, the other thing they talk about a lot is being active. And it makes you feel kind of, in one of the videos, they're talking about how we have such a sedentary lifestyle, like I'm sitting down right now in a chair, and I'll go home and I'll sit down on a sofa, and these people in these cultures that are living longer are much more active. They talk about, like in Okinawa, that they were, what was it? They were walking everywhere in Okinawa. Because I know that the second episode they talked about them walking up and down steep hills, but in the first one I think it was just that they were moving. They were just always walking places, and just the activity and the physicality of their lifestyles. Maybe it was the gardening. They were talking about all the gardening that they do in Okinawa, and just the being up and down and bending over and squatting and just using your whole body and doing kind of a full range of motions each day. How that is a characteristic of these zones. And so it definitely has kind of sparked a little bit of trying to figure out how to be more active, and less sitting around, I guess. And then the kind of third aspect I feel like they focused on a lot is the social aspect. And it's crazy how having a poor diet and gaining weight, being overweight, then causes you to be less active. So you're not doing the bending down, you're not doing the gardening, you're not walking up and down the steep hills. You're doing less of that stuff because it takes more energy, and you feel worn out, and you get sore, and you have an excuse not to do it for whatever reason. And so you do less when you get overweight. And then also they talk about that social aspect of these cultures, and being overweight also affects that. I talked a little bit yesterday about being a hermit and being 500 pounds and not wanting to go out and be with people and have them see me at that weight. And so by eating a poor diet, it causes you to gain that weight. But these other two aspects that don't seem, like you wouldn't think that just being more active during the day or being more social would have that kind of effect, but and the big focus on the whole series is longevity. And that I'm a big fan of, because that was my goal. I want to live for a very long time. I would like to live as long as my body possibly can. And so, seeing these things about longevity really interests me. I'm a big fan of kind of like what Dr. Fuhrman talks about, because he's very much into longevity. And then also this documentary, focusing on longevity. And so, yeah, we've been really liking it so far. And if anybody else has been checking it out, I'd love to hear your feedback on it. Again, we're only 2 episodes in. I don't even know how many episodes it is. Maybe I can look it up. Who's on Netflix? Let's see. Live to 100. Is that what it's called? I think it might be Live to 100. The Secrets of Blue Zones. 1 season. And there's 4 episodes. So we're about halfway through. So Sardinia, that was the name I was trying to think of. Sardinia. The mountain village of Sardinia. They also went out to California in the second episode. So yeah, we've been liking it so far. I'd love to hear your guys' feedback on it. Yeah, see how it goes. I'd love to see more documentaries like that, or more movies, talking about longevity, talking about and showing examples. Like, this is great. This is showing direct examples. And some of these people are just so cool to watch them and what they're able to do at 80 and 90 and 100 plus years old, where we kind of write people off at that point. Like, you don't expect anything from somebody over 80 years old in our society. Like, if somebody's really even over 70, it's an excuse to be unhealthy. Just your age allows you to, oh, I'm 75 years old. Of course I'm worn out and unhealthy. But to see these people that are 100 years old and they still are healthy and they're not worn out, it just shows a great contrast of what can be done. It's also, it's a weird kind of like, seems like they live simpler life than what we live, and it would be, it'd be cool to go visit those places, but I couldn't imagine ever living in one of those places. Maybe Loma Linda, California, because it's still in the US, but these foreign countries that, I don't know if, one of those things where it's, you give up the modern conveniences, but it extends your life, maybe it's worth it. Yeah. So, let's see, what else is there to talk about today? Let's see. Yeah, just the topic was a plant-based diet helped me shed pounds and feel amazing. And I really feel incredible. It's weird too, though, because I don't have this ability to compare myself easily to my old self. Like, I can compare myself how I felt a couple weeks ago, or maybe even a couple months ago. But once you don't feel that way anymore, it's hard to remember it, you know. And maybe I did have a little bit of that when I was dealing with my the eating the processed foods there right after my trip in July, where I kind of started seeing the swelling come back and started seeing the pain in my ankles return, and the, you know, the little bit of joint pain. Um, but even that little bit of joint pain that I was feeling at 250 pounds was nothing compared to the joint pain I was dealing with at 520 pounds. And if I had a button that I could just magically like change, you know, how I feel now into like how I felt then, do kind of a comparison, I know, you know, I would never hit the button. I never want to feel like I felt at 520 pounds again. So, you'd have to pay me a lot of money to hit the button. But the, yeah, I feel incredible. I feel like a different person. And it has been so nice to just be present in my own life. Like I really, it's changed. It really has. It's something where I was just letting the days kind of go by before, and now I've been much more active and much more of a participant in my life, which improves everything, and it helps me to keep going. So, gosh, I think I'm probably going to get out of here for today. Unless anybody has any questions or anything they want to talk about specifically. But I need to get a couple things done at the office before I head out. And then I'm going to try to go to bed earlier again tonight. If you're still listening, Carrie, going to try to go to bed earlier again tonight. If we'll see. No problem. Jean says she's got to go. Thank you guys for the commitment to this way of eating, and it helps Jean. That's awesome. Yeah. And you guys also help me stay committed, you know, and it's great. So, but I'm going to actually get out of here too. So, thanks for checking out the video, Jean. And thank you everybody for all of the support that you've been giving me over the past 1,040 days. Carrie says, oh man, I was going to finish the Blue Zones. Well, we could probably check out. The next episode's only 39 minutes. We can probably etch out 39 minutes to check out another video. Yeah, thank you guys so much for all of the support, everything. It really helps keep me going. And I'm looking forward to the next 55 days, finishing this challenge up, and then continuing on with this way of eating for the rest of my life. And it's something that I'm so thankful for the way that this has played out, because I know if I would have just done the water fasting and lost the weight, I never would have learned anything. And my goal here was to learn. I needed to learn how to eat, because I wasn't going to spend the rest of my life fasting. So I needed to learn how to eat. So it's been amazing, and it's been an awesome trip so far, and I'm excited to finish it out. So thanks, guys. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, get subscribed to the channel. Click on that bell icon so you get alerted when I go live or post new videos. If you haven't hit the like button yet, hit the like button. It really does help the YouTube algorithm. It's crazy. And if you have not started your diet yet, get started right now. There's nothing coming up. It's more important than your health and your overall well-being. And there's nobody that reaches their goals, looks back, and wishes they would have waited. So get started now. I will see you guys on the next one. No, I don't want to do that. I want to do this.